Hey, what's up guys, how's it going on? Thank you so much for clicking the video. I'm Ayrus and welcome back to another Clash of Clans video. And the dude we're gonna talk about is this Kelly dude, the giant skeleton. He is crazy. The fact that he does a really huge death damage, that's a real big thing, which is really important about the giant skeleton. So any guy you actually go over and ask, you're actually gonna get a comment saying that he does really great death damage. So we're gonna talk about on what the giant skeleton is all about, because he is just a seasonal troop. He's not gonna stay there forever, so you definitely want to use him and have some fun with him. So before I start over, make sure to subscribe to the channel, try Clash of Clans or Clash Royale content every single day. Make sure you leave a like if you enjoy this video, and lastly make sure you click on the bell notification icon to get notified when I put new Clash of Clans or Clash Royale content so you don't miss anything. So let me just run through the stats real quick. So the damage per second he's actually gonna do is 100. I'm speaking about the average. So for level 8 he's gonna do 114. That's really big. So the level you're actually gonna get is depending on the town hall. So for town hall level 11 you're actually gonna get level 8. Town hall level 10 you're actually maybe gonna get level 7, and then so on. You're gonna get a decrease. Maybe it's the town hall 7 that you're actually gonna get him. Below that maybe you don't have it, but then I don't know that. But then the level you're actually gonna get the giant skeletons depending on the town hall, that's for sure. And the hit points he's probably got is 4,000 for level 8, and the trading cost is again 4,000. And the real big thing to consider is the housing space, which is 20, and it's really huge. The fact that he is with 4 giants, you can take in 4 giants instead of the giant skeleton. And the other important thing about the giant skeleton is of course the death damage. So the death damage is around 2,200 for level 8. That's really so much. You can put it in between 4 defenses. You can actually plant the giant skeleton between 4 defenses. He's just gonna kill them all down, and that's what I'm actually talking about. 1 giant skeleton to kill down 4 defenses. No matter which level they are, they're definitely gonna go down. So the giant skeleton is kind of similar to the giant itself, the normal giant, where he actually is going to go 4 defenses, and you actually have to consider the death damage. So what you actually have to do with the giant skeleton is make sure that you're doing the funnel, make sure that you're getting him inside, make sure that he is going to die somewhere in the middle, somewhere in the core, because the death damage he actually does is pretty good, and that's what you actually want to do, because you don't want the giant skeleton dying outside and doing no damage to the defenses, because you want to make sure that he's going inside and dying up in there and doing the death damage. That's really important. So it's kind of important to actually put in the giant skeleton, make sure that you're setting the funnel right, make sure that you're getting the giant skeleton in, and then destroy all the buildings inside. So the giant skeletons can be replaced with giants, but then it's not a good idea. I'll be explaining that maybe later. But then the giant skeleton, how many you should take him is probably depending on you. You actually want to take in 2 to 4. I mean, that's the real big number you actually want to take in. You don't want to take in 5, 6, 7. They're not valid because they're taking in 20 space. And by the time you take in, if you take in 5 to around 8 giant skeletons that most people do, by the time the raid is actually done, the giant skeletons are the only troop that's actually going to survive. So that's what you don't want. You want to make sure that the giant skeleton is there tanking and taking in all the damage while your troops are actually doing the damage up in there. So that's what you're actually using the giant skeleton for. Remember that death damage is really important, and you want to consider taking maybe 3 or 4, or maybe 2 or 4. That's the exact number you want to make him take in, and it's really important that you don't take in more of them. So the replacing of the giant skeleton with the giants is completely not necessary. You definitely need to think this about. So say if you're taking in 3 golems, then I would say take in 1 golem and then replace the housing space of the other 2 golems with the giant skeleton. That would be really good. And the same with the giants as well. Say you're taking in 10 giants, then you probably want to take in 5 giants, and then the other space you can probably put in 1 giant skeleton, and the other space you can probably put in the giant itself. So again, when it comes to the replacement against the giant and the the golem or any tank that you're actually using, you want to make sure that you're actually taking in half of the troops that you actually are going to take, like the golem or the giant. You want to make sure that you're taking in half of them, and the rest you can actually put in the giant skeleton. That would be the real good replacement. Again, 2 to 4 is the best number to take the amount of giant skeletons. So the other thing that you actually want to consider is the giant skeleton in defense. So unfortunately, up before 2 months before, when the giant skeleton came in for the event, it was probably it was possible to actually donate a giant skeleton, but now in this update you cannot donate the giant skeleton. That's really unfortunate, because if you can actually have the giant skeleton in the clan castle, you can probably have him as a tank. It's like a golem, and the golem actually dying and doing that split damage, so it's gonna be a huge number. And if you're actually considering the bowler or the Valkyrie or any strategy that is gonna come up, say visits and all that stuff, they're actually gonna lock on to the giant skeleton. Once the giant skeleton is dead, maybe after 3 seconds the bomb is gonna explode, and that's just going to do some good damage. That's gonna kill almost all the troops, and that's what you actually want. So but then now you're not getting an option to donate the giant skeleton. That's really sad, but then maybe before 2 months you could have actually done that. So giant skeleton, when it comes to defense, you probably cannot do that. So that's pretty much it, guys. This video is not about the giant skeleton strategy, because I tried out and it's not working out, to be honest. The giant skeleton strategies, I pretty much tried out some strategies and it's not working out. The replay is all you can see here is the best I've got. So also I didn't have much time to attack, and that's the reason. So now pretty much you enjoyed the video. That's how you actually have to use in the giant skeleton. It's pretty worth you having him, because the dead damage he actually is going to do is pretty good. So thank you so much for watching again. I'm Ayrus, and I'll be seeing you the next time. Until then, goodbye.